Hey guys, today I was going to give you a follow-up to my WASR 1063 AK monitorization project video, which I had a couple months ago. I've been off and on working on my WASR 1063, adding some things, taking away some things, trying different parts out, and I was going to show you what I got. It basically works works for me, does what I need it to do, but give you some idea what some of the parts look like on your gun. This is my what year is my sucker? This is my WASR 1063, made in 1965. All the parts match, all numbers match. I've had this gun for a couple years, and then I started working on modernizing it, quote unquote. I basically wanted something as a backup to my LWRC, and to be really honest, if I ever had actually needed a firearm like a rifle, I would much rather take my LWRC than this. However, that being said, of all the rifles I own, this one to me is the most fun to shoot. I love shooting it. Go over some of the parts list. That's a Krebs custom muzzle brake for 7.62. It's far superior to the one I originally got from Arsenal for 7.62. This one seems to actually be easier to clean. It was easier to put on and take apart. This is I think an S&P xenon flashlight. It works pretty well. It was like 60 bucks. Thought I'd give it a shot, and for the money, it worked out pretty well. Attached to that is a Midwest Industries rail, and some people don't like it because it clamps on, and there are claims that a rail system that clamps on the barrel can affect the barrel dynamics. That's probably true for a lot of firearms, but given the fact that this rifle is built for ranges of 100, 200 to 300 yards or meters, the accuracy that it loses from that is negligible. Accuracy is far, far, far more dependent on the shooter than the firearm in the majority of cases. Originally, and still planning, I had wanted an aim point microdot like the M1 or the T1, and economy went to crap, and I really don't have the money right now to spend on it, so I just wanted something about that size so I had a representation. But this little iTech has been a good little red dot. I wouldn't count on it for anything serious, but for 50 bucks, it's been a pretty good little red dot, taking quite a bit of abuse. So if you just want a little micro dot just to have fun with, it's definitely fun. If you remove the red dot, you can still use your iron sights. There's a gap to the railing up here, and you can still aim down the barrel. It's not co-witnessed. If you want co-witness, you've pretty much stuck with the Ultimac gas tube. Originally, I had planned on using the Ultimac upper rail, and then their Scout lower, but when I went to order the parts to this project, the Scout lower was out of stock. And later on, the prices have just gone up, and I just haven't had a chance to buy it. But that's definitely a better rail system than this. But this one, for $100, is still really good. If you want a rail system on your AK, and you figured out that UTG is crap, this Midwest Industries rail is really nice. Originally came with a standard black bolt carrier. I've polished mine up with just a Dremel tool and some metal polish. These are some Bulgarian Circle 10 AK-47 mags the Rifleman channel sent me. Wanted to thank him again for sending me those. This is a Magpul Meod grip with a DS Arms adapter for the AK-47, so you can use all the AR grips on it. Just be aware when you're doing that, any of the AR grips that come up curved with the backing on them won't fit. You'll either have to cut it off or just use the small grips. And then the thing on the AK that everybody complains about is the stock. If you're fairly tall or kind of a big guy, you can't use those Commie Link stocks. So I replaced it with, this is a Veltor AK pig nose stock adapter, which is very easy to install. So if you're interested, don't worry about installing it. It's a piece of cake. And then this is a Magpul CTR friction stock. Everybody knows them for ARs. And also on this one, you can use the cheek riser, which is what I got here because you don't have a charging handle interfering with it, like the ARs do. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Now, before the AK purists roll in butthurt about how the AK is best left wood and steel and should never be messed with, first of all, you're an idiot. It's a gun designed in 1947. Improvements can obviously be made, and while I may not be a hardcore combat operator veteran, I can make a gun more comfortable for myself. Second of all, everybody and their mama does a stock AK-47 to make it look Russian. So, you know, I've got another AK that's completely stock that I'm trying to refinish the wood on to get it the way I want it. So before you go crying, I've got a normal AK. So don't come in all butthurt. That's my East German, also from the Rifleman channel, East German 4-round kidney-shaped pouch up there, which is pretty sweet. Everybody likes it. So anyway, guys, I guess that's about it. Just kind of wanted to show you some gun porn. If you got any questions on any of these parts, let me know. Oh, the finish is probably what you're checking out. That's a light desert tan. I had that powder coated. Like most things, even powder coating can't handle the AK scratches too long, and it's obviously got wear points on it. But I always get questions between powder coating, dura coating, and just rattle canning. And honestly, let me move the tripod here. Guys, to be really honest, you're either better off doing two things: rattle canning or powder coating. Duracoat to me is the worst choice of the three. As far as my experience with the stuff, it's easy to apply. Any asshole can apply it. It doesn't wear much better than standard spray paint. Some certain people on here will insist that it does, but that's crap. It wears almost as quickly as regular spray paint, as long as you've applied the spray paint correctly. Spray paint's going to flake off if you can't put it on there right. But basically what I'm saying is it doesn't wear any better than standard paint. And then it takes weeks to set up properly. So, you know, you can either sand it, rattle can it, be done instantaneously, and if you scratch it, big deal, you sand it, rattle can it, and it's ready to go in, you know, a couple hours, 15, 20 minutes sometimes. Damn, this camera pisses me off. Okay, trying to do this for the third time. What I was going to say is, this is a really severe scratch, and I don't even remember how I put it on the gun. However, that being said, like I said, this gun was really powder coated. If I remember right, I think I slid this across concrete several times, and to get the powder coat to stick on the barrel, it's basically a long drawn out process, and it really didn't work as well as it did like on the receiver, which you can see here, which is much more abused. I mean, I ran it across concrete, I hit it against trees. It doesn't have a scratch on it, so it was done in two separate parts, so that gives you an idea. This is much more durable, much stronger. The only part here that got worn off was where I had a German red dot, which I will cover later. I put that in another gun, and I had to sand. Actually, I had to take took a file and sanded it off to get it to have a smoother contact on it. Most of the time, you can't get good powder coating off unless you got an angle grinder. So, like I said, in my summation, do either rattle can it and get a nice rattle can job, or a crappy rattle can job because it's going to wear off anyway, or go out, spend the money, and get it powder coated. It'll be much better, much nicer looking, you know, and once it's powder coated, it's done. It doesn't require any setup time. Once it comes out of the vat, it's ready to go. You don't have to wait for it to cure or any bullshit like that. Anyway, semi-auto. Does not have dimples, but this being a newer WASR, does have these little indentations. I'm not really sure what they're supposed to do. They do seem to stabilize the magazine. Standard sling. I don't even remember where I got it from. Just a cheap sling. It's actually a 3-point sling that I just a zip tie around to make it into a 2-point sling till I can find a keeper that I can get to fit in it. Just get a rig, which is always awesome. Tepco G2 trigger. It's just the standard G2, which works in AK. It's just fine for me. So, anyway, guys, mostly just a gun porn video, but I have had some questions about what I was doing with my AK, a few other things like that. So if you got any questions on parts or just real general AK stuff, I'll be happy to ask for them. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys here soon. Oh, well, I'll probably be moving here within a couple of weeks, so new videos will be coming from a new location. So that'll be fun. Haven't moved in a long time. Not looking forward to it. Alright, I'll hit you guys up later.